So this is a tutorial on Unity on how to make a simple terrain. This is what I'm going to show you how to do. So first what you're going to want to do is go into File, open up New Scene. You should get this blank thing, right? Nothing there. Now, how are you going to make a terrain? You're going to go into this top thing. Should be right up here. Go into Terrain, Create Terrain. Ta-da, you have a terrain. Right there. It's that great thing, right there. You're gonna go to top view by pressing, so this is the view we're in right now, perspective. You gotta press the green little notch right here, it's the Y, and you go into top view. Now why you wanna be in top view? Bird's eye view is the most, what's the word I'm looking for? You know what? Scratch that. You know, it's just bird's eye view is good, so you can see a top-down view of things. So what you're gonna want to do to try to edit your terrain is go click on your terrain in the hierarchy menu and go to terrain script. Now you'll see about a good 7 buttons here that will allow you to modify your terrain in any way you want. This button, the first one, raise/lower terrain, builds mountains. Brush size, what you're gonna want to do is go to the second brush because it's most effective, and brush size, you can set it down to 50 if you want to. That'll give you a little brush. I choose to set mine at 100 to make some big mountains. And if you want the strength of the brush to be high, put it at 100. If you want it to be kind of low, just put it at 50, 25. I'd rather 100. Now I forgot to tell you, if your terrain is too big, because I like really big terrains, if your terrain is too big, just go into set resolution and change your terrain width to 125 and terrain length to 125 and set resolution, and it will look small, but it's still something, you could work with that. But as I told you, I like bigger terrains, so it's gonna set mine better. So yeah, now I'm gonna go back to, no, that's not what I meant to do. Go back to top view. And there's my terrain. So with top view now, I can do something like this. Left click, and it will automatically make a mountain for me. Like a plateau or something, or whatever. I'm not really good at geography, so make something like that. Now if I were to turn my opacity down to like 25, I'd stay at 24. If I were to turn it down, the strength of the brush wouldn't get to that as quick as it will. So it just makes something like this. Just like Bumbly Land. And if you want to change yours to 50, it's still like that. Still kind of, like bubbly. But it still works. It gets a little higher than the other one. Okay? So if you want to lower your terrain or anything, or a mountain that you made, just go over, change the opacity to 100. It still works the same if you're going to lower it. The strength that you want to lower it to. Hold the shift button and press the left key to lower down to the mountain. And it'll lower it down. presto. Now I'm just gonna like make something just out of scratch right here. So just something pretty cool. All right. Moving on to the next button. Next button is paint height. Basically makes like, let's see what it makes. It makes things like small little hills, like, or something. Flat top hills. You can set your height to what you want to paint it to, and if you hold down the paint button, move it around a little, it will build the mountain to the height that you want. So mine is automatically set at 120. All of the Unity's programs should be set to 120. And the inverse activity of this would be if I were to hold shift and press the left key down, then it should, no, I take that back, I'm sorry. You have to change the height down to 0 if you want to take away anything. So if I wanted to take away some of the mountain, just like that, that's how it'd be. Okay? This next button is just, just to smooth out your heights and stuff, so that if you ever wanted to, like, it's not smooth enough, then you just go to this button, press the smooth height, and it'll smooth out your terrain. Okay, that was all the boring stuff. Now we get to the textures. If you want to add a texture, go to Edit Textures, then go to Splat, and it should say None Texture 2D. You want to add a texture, you just go into that, and you choose what texture you want. Now some of these textures don't match, but some of them will. Like the main 4 right here, or 5 if you want to go to grass 2. Good dirt grass, grass hill, grass and rock, and grass 2. Just down there hiding. What I usually use is good dirt because it just gives me a brownish all around the map. And then if I want to come back and add more texture, then I go to grass hill because of my mountains, and then select it and then like paint over. Just really quickly, I'm gonna add a couple of more mountains so that it's more realistic.